Compared to what? If you asked my grandmother how my grandfather was doing, she would always say, compared to what? And I think today we need some comparisons. This is Tyson Ray, financial advisor at Form Wealth Advisors, where we exist to help make life better for our clients and those in our community. This is Up or Down for August, and I wanted to bring some perspective and some comparisons, if you will, to again talk about why the market finished up this month. How about some positive news, right? Let's go back to some comparisons. Let's compare where we've been and where we're at. How about that? So what I want to show you is first a chart from Worldometer, and I want to show you here's the United States, and this is new daily cases tracked. As you can see from the chart, it starts in February and it just builds, right? And what I want to point out in this chart, the market actually tanked before we had the highest level of cases. But our peak of new daily cases was actually in January, towards the end of January. The economy wasn't shut down. They had basically started opening the economy back up. They had shut it down a little bit for a second time there at the end of last year. But what I want to show you on this chart is how it relates to new cases. So give me something to compare it to, right? What does that mean? Let me show you the new daily cases compared to new daily deaths. And so if you look at the second chart, this is new daily deaths. And what you can see is at first glance, deaths took off. In fact, deaths took off before COVID cases took off. What I want you to point out though is as daily cases peaked at the end of January, so did daily deaths. And then they fell off. Part of the reason is vaccines came along. Part of the reason is the flu season had kind of passed and basically the summer comes out and we were social distancing and doing the things that needed to be done. But I want to bring back some comparisons. So let's go back again and look at the daily cases compared to the daily deaths where we're at now, because we're dealing with the Delta variant. And what I want you to see in this chart as we lay these two things next to each other, where we've had the spike in new cases, we have no spike, nothing relative to what we had in the past in new daily deaths. Delta variant isn't as deadly. That's point one. Point two is lots of people are vaccinated and the vaccine doesn't keep you from getting COVID. It doesn't even keep you from dying from COVID. What it does is it reduces the deadliness of COVID, and that's showing up in the numbers. But I believe that we are winning the battle. That's a positive thing, and I'm not the only one that thinks it, because look at what the markets are doing. So the reason markets are reaching their all-time high is because the markets aren't concerned about COVID. They aren't. They're looking past it already. And the reason the markets are at the all-time high is because in the month of August, COVID vaccines got approved by the FDA. The FDA approval gives corporations the ability to create rules. And so, for example, there are companies that created rules that will penalize their employees if they don't get the vaccine to try and help our country get over this COVID crisis and just let it be what it is. It's a disease. It's something you can get. It can affect your health. But we don't have to ruin our freedoms and we don't have to ruin our country for it. And the markets are looking past this, and looking past this looks really good, which is why in the month of August, we reached an all-time high. Here at Form Wealth, we seek to bring perspective to the markets and investments that are based on facts, because we believe one of our jobs is to help bring perspective, which is what these up and downs are about, because perspective, especially around facts, help us make better decisions. And if you'd like to have a conversation about the perspective that we just shared, why don't you reach out and give us a call. So again, this is Tyson Ray, financial advisor at Form Wealth Advisors, where we exist to help make life better for our clients and those in our community. Until next month.